How's it going, guys? My name is Zach with the Movie Castle, and I'm really excited because today we're going to be talking about Beetlejuice Beetlejuice, the long-awaited sequel to the Tim Burton classic. This just came out September 6, 2024. Once again, we were directed by Tim Burton, and once again, we star Michael Keaton, Winona Ryder, Catherine O'Hara, and this time around, we're joined by newcomer Jenna Ortega. And I have to say, I had a really good time with this one. Obviously, there are definitely a few flaws with it, but it's one that when I was sitting in the theater and I was watching it, I was smiling. I really liked it. The world of Beetlejuice is just such a fun and entertaining and energetic world, and to get to go back to this world was just absolutely a treat. And a lot of the important stuff they brought back. Michael Keaton as Beetlejuice, to see him on screen again was absolutely great. And because they have a bigger budget this time around, we get to see a ton more of Ghost World, and that was super impressive. The death gags from the first one, remember when you were in the waiting room and you got to see a bunch of funny ways that people had died? That's back and in full force. Several other really cool things, like it's a Halloween movie this time around, so you do get that sort of atmosphere here. And just things like the music and the character design and the world design, that classic Tim Burton feel, it's still here. That energy from the first movie is here. Again, even if there are some problems, it was still just a really fun experience. And I guess I'll go ahead and talk a little bit about the plot. I won't be doing any major spoilers, but just a brief little look at this. Basically, it's 35 years later, so more or less the real world time jump. Lydia is grown up and she has a show on TV. She's a famous medium talking to ghosts. And she has like her producer boyfriend who's out of touch. And she also has her daughter, played by Jenna Ortega, who doesn't believe any of the ghost stuff is real, and in turn, she's entered a period of a different type of teenage angst than her mother had. Well, things are shaken up when Lydia learns about the death of her father, and she has to go back to see her stepmother at the old house from the first movie to go through his funeral. However, while all this is going on, she is haunted by visions of Beetlejuice, and it turns out Beetlejuice has been put in quite the tight spot recently and is going to have to deal with Monica Bellucci and William Dafoe's character. And overall, a lot is going on, a lot of fun and wacky ghostly shenanigans. I won't spoil too much, but I will say the plot is a little bit busy. Like, Willem Dafoe and Monica Bellucci's characters were really, really great, and I really did like them. And I wish they were able to get more screen time, but we are a little crowded with antagonists this time around. In the first movie, it was Beetlejuice, and then the parents were an unintended antagonist. But having Beetlejuice, Willem Dafoe, Monica Bellucci, and this other ghost, it is a little crowded. And the thing is, the other ghost, which I'm going to be vague on because that's a spoiler, that other ghost is the least interesting, but turns out to be the one that gets most of the screen time, and I kind of wish we got, say, Monica Bellucci's character being the more prevalent one. There is also other things like, because it is about a funeral, it does have an intrinsically kind of glum and sad attitude behind it. The first one was about moving into a new house and meeting the ghosts that live there. And without the ghosts that live there, you don't really get as good a window into the spiritual world, even though you do wind up spending a lot more time there. I wish we had a character that was more grounded in that and tied us over to there. And then there's also things like Jenna Ortega's character is fun enough, but when you compare it again to the first, the idea that I can see ghosts and my parents can't is a lot more entertaining than I don't believe that my mom can see ghosts. You know, it's something about the first having that whimsy of a magical secret versus not believing in anything, but maybe that's more commentary on today's generation, I don't know. But all that aside, like I said earlier, it was a really fun and entertaining movie. We do spend more time in Ghost World. We do get a ton of those death gags. We get fun things like the Soul Train or Beetlejuice getting to see his operation and how he has a bunch of those shrunken head guys working for him. It does have that wacky atmosphere, that music, the callbacks to the first, and like I said at the top, just seeing Michael Keaton in costume again, it's worth the price of admission. So overall, there were some flaws, and obviously the first one's better. I don't think we ever got to the iconic levels of the first, but it's just so fun to see this world again, and I definitely could see more of it. I think the title Beetlejuice Beetlejuice, instead of calling it just Beetlejuice 2, was wacky, but it also kind of implies a trilogy. Fingers crossed, because I could definitely go for a third one, especially if it's a big epic finale to everything. But yeah, go check it out. It's definitely worth a watch. Anyway, to everyone who's watched so far, thank you for watching. To everyone who's liked and subscribed, thank you. You really are helping the channel out. I'll leave a relevant playlist on the bottom where you can see my other 2024 reviews, things like The First Omen or Late Night with the Devil. Anyway, have a good day. I'll see you guys again very, very soon. Relevant playlist on the bottom. Have a good day now.